Welcome to the latest episode of the Target Practice Podcast with Charlie Jewett and Bobby Alford. This show is for insurance agents who are ready to earn more target premium by growing their practices. In addition, Charlie and Bobby will share strategies on how you can elevate your business and provide an exceptional customer experience. Now here are your hosts, Charlie and Bobby.
Hey, welcome back to Target Practice. This is episode number 7, the easy, no-cost way to create a drip campaign. So what we're going to talk about today and what Charlie's going to lead off with is you can buy very wonderful systems out there. There's HubSpot, there's Salesforce, Infusionsoft, MailChimp is like the lower cost version, ActiveCampaign, there's a whole lot of things that you can buy. But when you start off in this industry, you don't have as much money as you do time. So what we're going to go through today is, and to use Charlie's parlance, how do you do laundry in the river? It's not the most effective way, but your clothes will get clean. I'm going to spend all day scrubbing, air drying them, all those things. My clothes will be clean, and I will be tired, but they will be clean. So I'm going to toss it over to Charlie, and we're going to talk about drip campaigns today.
I didn't even think of it when we were preparing for the show until you were talking, but most people that know me from the retirement planning industry, maybe even you, don't know that I built a whole computer training company called unixtrainer.com, UNIX. And it was fun because people would ask my mom, what's Charlie doing these days? And she's like, he's teaching Unix. And they'd think of like people without testicles that had high voices and like, why? Like, how did that happen? Like, he had so much potential, right?
It's a story.
Unix is an operating system, right? But I built a business in my pajamas from a studio apartment, one-bedroom apartment above a garage here in San Diego when I was first married to Mac's wife. We had no kids. I built this huge business from a Pentium 2 computer with an AOL address. It used to be unixtrainer@AOL.com. It's not what you should do in business, but that's what I had. And I did it by going to websites at night that did computer training, capturing the email, putting it in an Excel, and then I would copy that whole list, email myself, blind carbon copy them, and just say, hey, do you need instructors to teach whatever class at $4.99 a month? It was manual. It was doing laundry in the river before there was a machine. I didn't have Infusionsoft. I didn't have MailChimp. I didn't have anything. Matter of fact, I didn't even have a business email address, which was probably available, but I didn't even have that. I had cool pajamas, though. It was awesome. And I built a huge company and changed that industry as well because that's kind of what I like to do. I like to go into industries and see what's what and what I like and what I don't and change them because I'm weird. But you can pay this is kind of true about everything. I don't mow my lawn. I don't clean my house. I'm capable. If you notice, I have hands. I also have legs. You can't notice that, but I do have legs at work right now. And I don't do either of those things because I don't want to. I outsource it. I said rather have my time than the money. You do it. Well, that does exist here. But when you're starting a business, a service business that more than 90% of the people fail at, you normally don't start, and you probably don't even have a big enough list to need that, right? So what's the drip campaign, as you and I were talking about? What's something that everyone can do because it requires time, not money? And here's what it would be. You want to be, the word should is hard for me, but I'll use it anyway. You should, right? If you're in this industry, be studying, be listening to the top educators, David McKnight, Douglas Andrews, Patrick Kelly, whoever else is out there, people that talk about taxes as well, David Walker. You should be pursuing accurate advice. You should be the truth hunter and then be that healthy lake or pond that has an inflow and an outflow. Our job in this industry really is to stay excited, stay educated and stay excited, and then overflow onto prospective clients that need the information. If you're not excited, like I don't meet a lot of clients because I am not super excited like I was in the beginning about the thing I learned, 18 years ago, right? But at times, at times I get excited about new stuff, like the campaign we're working on for, people deciding to divorce the market. It excites me. It's new. Mm-hmm. So what everyone can do is consume materials, okay? We have them. There are many other teachers that I listen to. It's very easy. They're very easily available. Podcasts, YouTube videos, books, things like that, books on audio. Learn, have your own epiphanies. And then once a week, record your thoughts. How do you do that? You could do it with Zoom. You record. That's how I do most of mine. I record with Zoom. I upload to Loom. I don't know why we have that Dr. Seuss problem going on there or whatever. Like, have you recorded on Zoom? I will upload to Loom. Do you like my hat? I do not like your hat. How about that? I don't know why it's like that, but like, and then we have like Streak, Stroke, like whatever. We have 100 softwares that start with S in Shift in our world, right? So Slack, sorry. I left out the good one. I only gave you the bad ones. So, well, Streak's not bad, sorry. So you have this manual way of doing it, which would be this. Consume incredible materials. If you need help finding them, ask us. Write us, in the comments or through email. Ask us what we study or where you could go. Gain information. Have epiphanies yourself. Then do the Cliff Notes version of it. Hey, I don't know how you want to address your people, but hey, I show up every week. I like to give good information. This week I've been studying X, Y, and Z. Incredible materials. Here are the most important things that I feel like I learned this week, and I'm always going to stay on top of this for you. I'm always going to go ahead of you as a leader and learn, and then give you the best of the best. You can have all of it if you want to meet with me and have a consultation or meet my team. But let me just give you the nuggets that I think are life-changing, right? This week. Boom. Okay? And you say boom, 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 boom. And it could be, the country is telling us they're broke, and taxes are historically incredibly low. For you, the most important decision, and I heard this week in the materials I studied, it's called a litmus test. The most important two questions in your life, as far as choosing investments and financial planning, are not which earns more rate of return, which stock should I buy. It is, do you think taxes are going to be higher or lower when you retire? That's number one question. Second question is, do you want to be poor when you retire? Is that the plan, to live on the streets and eat dog food? Or do you want to have the same income, or maybe, crazy thoughts, let's get weird here, maybe excel, maybe actually have an amazing income? That's one idea, right? Oh, I learned this week about average rate of return, that when the stock market goes down 50% and up 50%, you are not actually averaging zero like every broker in the country is going to tell you. You've lost 25%. This is probably the most important thing you'll ever learn about money, not taxes, but money. And you give them this nugget, right? And if you want more information, I've got tons, right? I try to keep these to 5 minutes. However you phrase it. The weird thing about this industry and why you can't really systematize it the same way that McDonald's did and fast food, all the franchises, is they're buying you, Bobby. For someone to say, of the 8 billion people in the world, I'm going to buy this life insurance policy, this annuity, I'm going to transfer this account to this woman, this man. You are the product. If you are the product, then you need to be the sample. You understand what I'm saying? If you're the product at Costco, we want them to buy from the shelf. You've got to be the sample they're handing out. We will teach you how to leverage our stuff. We'll teach you how to leverage other people's stuff, how to use fame. And when somebody searches them online and you say, that's my business partner, how that helps you. But if they're going to buy you, you want to be delivering you in little doses where they like it and go, I want more. And the easiest way to do that is keep a list. And it literally could still be what I did. It could be an Excel file. email. It literally could still be that. You can upload that to any free place like MailChimp and they'll do the mailing for you. We'll show you how to do that in future videos or in person if you need it. But once a week, you record your tip of the week. Here's what I learned. Here's what I think would be useful for you. Hopefully you're appreciating this. If you have friends that want this, please forward my information to them. And if you need more information or you want to talk to these amazing advisors that I learned it from, who are my mentors, just get in touch. I'm here for you. I'll see you guys next week. Bang.
And that's honestly, and those of you who just listened to Charlie rattle that off the cuff, that is why I used to think that I was good at connecting with people until I met Charlie. He does that very, very smoothly. Now, I will say, for those of you who that is not your skill set, you can still do this same thing. Video is one of the most powerful ways to connect with people. That's why we are doing this podcast. But you can still do audio. And you can still do an email or a blog if you're a writer.
Yeah.
The same exact steps that Charlie just laid out, they can be condensed into whatever format fits best with you and allows you not to have writer's block or nerves every single time and you find excuses not to do it. This is the hard way to do it. It's a very manual process, but it'll keep your education first and foremost, keep your sword sharp, right? It'll also show to your potential clients that you are on top of this. So everything Charlie just said, if you can articulate it via a short video, that might be the best way, because you are the sample, you're the bite-size content that they're going to consume. If you have a face for video, like I've been told before, then maybe you want to be on audio, and that's fine too, right? That's also what we're doing here. But then you want to, if you're a writer, we had a partner who was an amazing writer, very prolific. He would write the 40-page Facebook posts, right? Yeah. And if that's you, maybe that's your calling. But either way, doing everything Charlie said, consuming content, going through and distilling it down to the most important bite size. Tim Ferriss, one of the most prolific bloggers and podcasters out there, has his 5 bullet points Friday. That's it. 5 bullet points that he came across that week. Now, I'm sure he has systematized it, and I'm sure he has tons of people doing that for him.
Because it all has to take less than 4 hours.
Yeah, right. But in the beginning, it's all him, right? It's all you getting your laundry done in the river. Put 5 bullet points together. Get your voice out there, whether it's audible or written. It can still be done this way. And then we'll talk about other systems later as we grow. But if you open your business, if you launch your virtual business and you've told all your friends and family, gather emails and start dripping. The worst thing that happens is they unsubscribe. That's it. Take me off this list. I don't want this information.
It's the most painless. It's way less painful than a girl saying no or a boy saying no to you ask for a phone number. The unsubscribe is easy, right?
Yeah, it's super easy. And to your point a minute ago, you are the product. If you have been in this business long enough where you have tried to divorce a client from a different financial advisor, if that's not the most harrowing ordeal that your client goes through, is like, this person takes me to play golf once every other year. They mean the world to me and I mean the world to them, because they've connected their financial security with that person's face. And that relationship is all emotional. So why not start that on the front end as you grow your business by building your own emotional connection with your potential clients? Exactly. And video is a great way to do it. It took me a while to start doing these videos with Charlie. But video is a great way to connect with your audience. But if it's written or if it's audio, that also works. You just need to be consistent. Consistency is the key.
And in future episodes, as we move into sales content or the sort of the art of comparison, we will teach you language to put into the video to gain this trust while they still have the other advisor. Because I'll say things all the time like, well, it's not which advisor you work with, it's how many advisors you have on your team. Yeah. Right. So like a mixed martial arts professional at mixed martial arts, or Tiger Woods didn't have like one coach. There's a nutrition coach and a swing coach and a putting coach. And in mixed martial arts, you have your jiu-jitsu coach, your boxing, American boxing coach, your wrestling coach, you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff, your kickboxing. So what it looks like to take something really seriously is to have every expert that you need. The person you're talking to, or what you have, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, is probably your variable investment expert, your investment advisor who's doing the gambling. If you don't have a tax expert and you don't have an income expert, you're going to want both, right? So let me give you my material. So we'll teach you that language. But let me say, I like language. I like words. And one of the things that I want everybody to do as they're continuing their career, recreating their career, bettering their career, or just starting their career is, I want you to think of who you are. This is not a Myers-Briggs personality profile, although maybe one day we'll turn into that. But I want you to put yourself in one of two categories: evangelist or pastor. You know what I mean? Are you the one preaching the message where people raise their hand and say, I'm in? Or are you caring and shepherding and leading them? And it's this. Look at your history, how people have responded to you in the past, the way that other humans react when you speak. Is the main feeling that other people get, I want more? Are they leaning in? Or are they saying, I want that? So it's either I want more or I want that. I've had a very successful sales career, but I'm exaggeratively on the evangelistic side. When I talk, when I share what I know, there's an excitement there. People go, what's next? Tell me more about that. Can I have the video? Can I read the book? What's the next podcast episode? They lean in, not with the pen, but they lean in with their ear. So that's one type of person. If that's you, all the incredible things that exist out there, you can use, but you also want your own content. You want them to sample you and go, I want more of you. Okay? If it's not you, doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It's a different category of person. If you're the pastoral, caring, loving, listening type, incredibly valuable. By the way, if you're neither of them, don't be in sales. Don't be insurance agent, work in underwriting or another industry, right? But if you're the person they don't say, I want more. I'm not excited while you're talking. But when we meet by Zoom or sit in a room together, I feel loved. I feel listened to. I feel heard. I feel like I matter. And when you deliver information, they go, I want that. They're buying. They lean forward with the pen, not the ear, right? Then you want to outsource this to evangelists, and then you just be that business pastor. Some people can do both, and I think life's actually harder for us if we're kind of good at, like, the hardest thing to stop doing is the stuff you're really good at. Other people don't get as many results, but you don't like it. That's hard, okay? If you know which one you are now, you can get in touch and ask a question. Okay, I'm not the evangelist. Pastorally, you get me in a room with somebody, they say, I want that. Like, okay, let me show you how to outsource this. If you are, now the good thing about video, and I'll stop after this, but the good thing about video, even if you're not good, incredible, natural, like just off the cuff can do it, you can record 10 times and capture your best. And that video will work for you when you're sleeping. That video will do its job. You will be the best every time, no matter what night's sleep you got, or bad pizza or whatever, right? Just broke up with your whatevs. You'll be perfect every time if you capture that video, and we'll show you how to capture it and where to post it.
Yeah, as we grow this podcast, our goal is to be the most helpful to you in your practice. We want to give away the information. We want to show you the tools. We wanted this for ourselves. So we are building this for other people on our team and for other people who want their own practices to grow. So I say this knowing I came into this thinking that I was articulate and people connected with me and everything else. I met Charlie. I realized I was the second one. I was the one that connected one-on-one with people and was very nurturing in meetings and would help change their entire financial lives. And that was a stronger skill set out of the two of us for me to lean into. And that's fine. I can still go up on stage. I can still make videos and I'm still comfortable. But knowing that, hey, maybe he's a little bit better at that, that's fine too. Because we together are way more powerful. And so we'll leave it there, but this is how you can get started. Take action, go consume content, start putting together your own voice, written, audio, video, whatever, and just give yourself some time to build it and get those at-bats. So I'm Bobby Alford, that's Charlie Jewett, and this has been Target Practice. Thank you.
Thanks so much for listening to the Target Practice Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have time, please subscribe to the podcast and consider rating and reviewing the show. We'd sure appreciate it. And for show notes, resources, and to connect, shoot on over to targetpracticepodcast.com. Thanks again for listening. And we'll catch you next time on the Target Practice Podcast.